Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome to the Comprehensive Clinic. I have a very special guest today. This is Dave. Dave, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. I'm David Fawcett, the director of the BYU Comprehensive Clinic. I have a PhD in marriage and family therapy, and I've worked here at BYU for the past 5 years.
The past 5 years you have been working here.
Yes.
Awesome. So I would like to show everyone how this training clinic can provide affordable therapy and also very high quality therapy right here. I think it's a very cool clinic because I got trained in this clinic to be a therapist, and Dave as well, right? Were you?
Right.
Yeah. So we can't wait to show you how this clinic works. So let's follow us and go ahead and see what does it look like inside. So Dave, I have a question for you. So how long have the Comprehensive Clinic been established?
So it was built in 1980, and so it opened in 1981. So we're 41 years that the clinic's been open. And the clinic was officially dedicated in 1982. So this is our 40th year.
Well, I haven't born yet at that time. I was still somewhere else. And how many cases do you receive in this clinic a year?
Cases, we have around 600 cases that come through, and that's usually around 800 or 900 people total across 600 cases, and we'll provide roughly 10,000 therapy hours.
10,000 therapy hours with supervision?
Correct.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay, so Dave, can you tell us can anyone in the community they could just come in and get therapy session here? How does this work?
Yeah, so we do provide services to the community. When people are interested, the process is to call in our receptionist and set up an appointment, and then they will schedule you for an intake interview. So we do an intake interview just to get some more additional information about the concerns that the person might have coming in, and also to screen to make sure that it's a good fit for our clinic. We are a training clinic where the therapists are graduate students in clinical psychology, marriage and family therapy, and social work. And so they are learning how to become therapists, and they are actively receiving supervision and training. So not all cases are the right fit for our clinic.
So is there a place they screen for that?
Yeah.
Let's look at it. Okay, let's go. Okay, now we are following Dave to where all the cases are screened. So it's just a little office right here, and I used to work here. So as an intake worker, we have this headphone with us. We put it on, and there's a phone number somewhere. We can dial it, and we will start going through the screening criteria. And if the clients do not meet up the criteria, we will refer them out to the local clinic. If they met the criteria, so what will happen is the director, which is Dave, is with us today, will review the cases. And Dave, what would you do with the cases that after the intake workers screen them?
So then we review them and see which program would be the best fit for them, and then send them along to the program who assigns them to a therapist who will then reach out to the client.
So once the cases are screened and accepted, the cases will go to the director's office, which is Dave. And you said there are clinical psychology, marriage and family therapy, and social work, right? So you get to decide?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we get to decide which one's going to be kind of the best fit. And the programs also request certain cases. They'll say we'd like more couples, or we'd like individuals, or we'd like to, if a student's really interested in working with some clients who are struggling with anxiety, then we'll try to give them the cases that are going to be the best fit for their training right now.
Once you assign the cases to each program, and what will happen to those cases?
So then the therapist will get them, they'll read the background information that we collected, and they'll go ahead and give the clients a call and set up an appointment, and then they'll come in.
Okay, so let's see when they come in, what will that look like, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
So after a client checks in, they can go to one of our 2 waiting areas, and where they can sit, read a magazine, or read a book and wait for their therapist to come out. Usually they're not waiting very long because we notify the therapists that they've arrived, and the therapist will come out and pick them up and take them to their rooms.
Okay, so we would like to show you the therapy room, so we will need some help from Dave to show us that. Is that okay?
Yeah. We have 13 therapy rooms that are open most days about 13 hours a day, and Fridays we're only open 8 hours a day.
Okay, well now we go into one of the therapy room. Okay, so since it's a training clinic, you could see camera. Here's one camera right here. Here's two camera right here. I think that's all, right?
Yep, and the microphone.
Oh, here's a microphone. Well, that's a good one. Okay, and what is special about this room, Dave?
One thing that this room has is a two-way mirror so that people can do observation as part of the training. Their supervisors can watch, or other therapists can watch. New therapists can watch experienced therapists and get an idea of what they should be doing before they even get into the room with their own clients.
Can we see the one with mirror room, how it looks like?
Yeah.
So it's just next door to it.
And that side.
Okay. And you can see, you can put headphones in here to turn on the volume so you can hear what they talk about inside. It's pretty cool, huh? Thank you, Dave. I really like this room. It's so cool. So now we're going to the play therapy room. That's also another one of my favorite rooms to go.
I'm just going to open this up real quick so you can see the toys.
Look at the ceiling of the play therapy room.
So there's a castle, and there's dress-ups, and there's toys, and there's sand tray, and this is where therapists can come and work with children across different types of play therapy.
Okay, thank you, Dave. And how about, is there a bigger room? What if you have a big family?
So we can go and look at one of our larger family therapy rooms that also has some sand tray things and other toys so that you can work with an entire large family.
Okay, let's go check it out. So how many people can be sitting in here?
Quite a few. We could do at least 10 if we needed. We have more sand trays over here and different items for the sand tray in the cupboards below. There's also some arts and crafts and supplies down here that the therapists can use as part of the session with families and children.
That's so cool. There's also some material downstairs that therapists can also use in their session. Can we go check it out?
Let's check it out.
Okay.
All right, this is the materials room where therapists can come, both from the communication disorders department and also all of our mental health training. They have items here that they can check out for use in therapy. The communication disorders works a lot with children and speech development, and so they have a lot of games and toys and books related to that. And the therapists can come in, and then they have items to share, but we can also keep track of who is accountable to bring them back. And we have employees who help check those in and out, and they also manage the recordings in all those rooms. They check the schedules and make sure that the recordings start and stop on time, and that the cameras are pointed where they need to be.
So the camera will not only video the clients, but also the therapists as well?
Yes. Yeah, we make sure the therapists are being recorded so they can use that recording during their supervision, and get feedback on what they're doing well and how they can improve.
Wow, that's very cool. So this area is where they pay their session?
Yeah, so this is our downstairs reception desk, and the client, when they're finished with their session, will come down here and make a payment with the receptionist.
Okay, and they can also get the parking pass here, right?
Yes, because all university campuses have limited parking when the clients come in, so they don't get a ticket. We give them a parking pass so they can use while they're here.
Wow, that's very nice. They're very thorough, very detailed, and you can see that's where all the cars are parked, right there.
Yeah.
And also, clinical psychology students also provide psychological assessment, right?
Yes. Yep. And those assessments can take from 1 to 3 hours. They'll often use those tables that were in the therapy rooms and set up their assessments there. And the therapist will work with the client, go through a number of different tests, and then write up a report and review those results in a future session.
Wow, so Dave, this clinic provides a lot of services, right?
Yeah.
So how much does it cost?
The sessions cost either $15 or $30, depending on the department, and assessments are $80. And for those who have need, then we can reduce those fees even lower.
So $15 or $30 per session. If you have needs, that could be prorated as well?
Yes, we can go down to $0 per session.
Well, I think this place will get flooded with tons of people. Is that okay? You just say that?
Yep, we are happy to continue to help as many people as we can.
I mentioned in the very beginning that this clinic is very affordable, and also they could provide high quality service. So how could that possible, right?
We are very lucky to have generous funding from Brigham Young University to operate the clinic. We are part of the university as part of the training program, and so the university provides the funds. So another reason we're able to keep our costs low is because the therapists are students. They are not yet paid, and so the money that comes in is money that the programs use to provide benefits to the students, but they're not paid directly for their services. So that we can do low-cost therapy for the community while providing opportunities for our therapists to get training.
Wow, that's very cool. So Dave, you mentioned that you also got trained here, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. What makes you want to work here? Maybe this place holds a special place in you or something. Would you like to share with everyone?
Yeah, the opportunity to work here was one that was offered to me. I wasn't looking for a job at the time, but it was someone reached out and said, we really could use someone with your background in this position. And so I applied and was able to get the job, but I was really excited to be able to come back. It's a wonderful organization. It's great to be part of this university, and the clinic does amazing things.
Yeah, so you have the 5 years you have been working here has been amazing, it sounds like.
It has been really great, yeah.
Yeah, so we are so grateful to have Dave to be in the video with us. You know, it's not something that he get requests a lot. He probably get more requests on more help in clinical work, but not on video. So I really appreciate his time to be part of the video project. I'm working on it.
Absolutely, I'm happy to help.
Okay, so I will see you guys next time. Bye.